What is going on, guys? My name is Juan and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to do our first predictions video in quite some time. And today we have for you the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League. It's back, baby. We've waited since December for the Champions League to be back. And we have some mighty tasty matchups for you guys here this time. Now, in the group stage, we've had a lot of shockers. Barcelona's out, Borussia Dortmund's out. It's been wild. But we're at the round of 16 stage. This is where things start getting serious. So let us begin with our predictions. I'm going to try and figure out how to do this with an artistic touch. So these matchups, if you watch the draw when it happened live, it had to be redone because the first time they messed up. Like, they had Man United couldn't face Atletico Madrid, even though they could. And you can see in the redraw, they ended up together. But let's start off with Salzburg versus Bayern Munich. Now, Salzburg, it's been a while since they've been in the round of 16. I don't know quite when. But Bayern Munich is a juggernaut. I think they are clearly the better team. They're one of the favorites for this year's Champions League. So, unfortunately, I will have them over Salzburg. Let's pick a different color, though. Did not erase all ink. Okay. Yeah, let's do green. Bayern Munich, I'll have them over Salzburg. Over two legs, I think they'll just overpower them. And the next matchup we have is Sporting CP against Manchester City. Yet again, I think this matchup... Hold up, there's sirens happening around. But this matchup, there's a big juggernaut in Manchester City. They made the final in the last season. Sporting CP, I believe they're second right now in the Liga NOS behind Porto. They have some good players, and a lot of people were hyped for them this Champions League, but Manchester City are Man City. Another one of the favorites for this season. That is a terrible circle. I'm sorry about that. Let us make that way better. Yeah, and they have Pep Guardiola as their manager. I just don't see a world where they lose to Sporting CP. And this next matchup we have is Benfica versus Ajax. Now this is good. Benfica, I thought they were doing well in the Liga NOS, but then when I looked up the table, they were third. They lost their last 2 league games, I believe. So they're not on a great run of form, but they do have the striker Darwin Núñez, who's been touted as one of the young prospects of the world of football, like the next Erling Haaland, people are saying. They still have him, despite rumors of him going to West Ham in the January transfer window. Now, as for Ajax, I actually thought they were second in the Eredivisie, but then when I looked it up, they're now first. Now they have Edson Alvarez, fellow Mexican, in their team, but they also have an abundance of players going forward. Like, it's just ridiculous. They shine in the group stages. Benfica, I think it won't be as easy as some people may think, but I do think that Ajax will prove to be the superior team over the 2 legs, beating Benfica. So let's move on to our fourth matchup, Chelsea versus Lille. Now this is the only matchup that were drawn 2 times in a row during the redraw. And Lille, they are the current Liga champions, but this season in Liga they are struggling. As of recording this, they have just gotten destroyed by PSG, I believe 5-1 or 5-2. Yeah, they're not the same team as they were last season. They lost a lot of quality players, but they have I think, he's the second top goal scorer right now in Liga, Jonathan David, the Canadian. He's on a hot run of form. Chelsea, on the other hand, are the current Champions League champions, but they've had quite a dip in form recently. Things are starting to pick back up. They had the drama with Lukaku, I think back in December, I believe. But I still think that they have better quality players. They have Thomas Tuchel, who's a brilliant manager. I think Chelsea, they're going to beat Lille. There we go. We're gonna skip over this matchup, I think, right now. Let's go over to Villarreal versus Juventus. Now, if these games were to be played back in December, this would have been a closer call for me. But Juventus are on a good run of form right now. They brought in Vlahovic from Fiorentina, who's one of the, again, a hot prospect striker. He scored on his debut for Juventus. They also brought in Dennis Zakaria from Borussia Mönchengladbach, who's going to be a good midfielder for them. And even though they probably won't win Serie A because of their slow slump, the Champions League, they're like outside bets to win it. I don't think they'll make it as far as semis or even the final, but I think that they'll be enough to beat Villarreal, who won the Europa League last season. I did not expect them to make it to the round of 16, but they did, so congratulations to Unai Emery and his men. Next matchup, we have a huge one. Inter Milan versus Liverpool. It's going to be a good game. Liverpool, fortunately, they'll have Mo Salah and Sadio Mane back from AFCON. Congratulations to Senegal, by the way, for winning the African Cup of Nations. Congratulations to Egypt. But with those two players back, Liverpool, they've continued winning without them. The likes of Diogo Jota, Firmino, Minamino even, are still scoring goals. They even brought in Luis Diaz from Porto just to strengthen that attack up. Their defense is still amazing with Virgil van Dijk back there, Trent, Robertson, and I think Joel Matip has been playing there. And then they have Allison. They just have a brilliant squad with a brilliant manager in Jurgen Klopp. Inter Milan are, right now they're in the lead. They're in first place in Serie A. They did just lose to AC Milan though. But I think overall in the rest of the season, I think Inter Milan will have it. But they have a tough fight on their hands to just keep the Serie A title afloat. Now they have Lautaro Martinez scoring goals. They have brilliant midfield options. They have a good back line. But I think that Liverpool are they're just monsters. I think they'll beat Inter Milan. It'll be a nice, entertaining game. It'll be a close one for sure, but Liverpool, I think, will have the edge. Yeah, let's go with PSG versus Real Madrid. Now, in European competitions, I don't have a favorite team. I'm pretty much just like laid back. Whoever wins, wins it. But I am a big fan of Messi, and since his transfer to PSG, it hasn't been that great, if I'll be honest. PSG, even though they're like 13 points ahead in Liga, they haven't been playing that great. They've relied a lot on late winners. They've been heavily reliant on Kylian Mbappe. Neymar has been injured. I don't know if he'll be back for the Real Madrid games, but I'm assume not. So they have Mbappe. Messi hasn't been as dominant as he has been with Barcelona. And there's just a lot of issues going on with PSG at the moment, which is a shame because at the beginning of the season, we're all excited. They have like Neymar, Mbappe, Messi. It's going to be goals galore, but it just hasn't turned out that way. Real Madrid, on the other hand, in La Liga, they are in first. They are I think they're either 5 or 6 points ahead of Sevilla at the moment. So they aren't too far ahead, but they have a cushion there that they can afford to drop a few points. Vinicius Jr. and Karim Benzema has been on fire for them this season. Carlo Ancelotti is back at the helm of Real Madrid. This is going to be a good game. Unfortunately, I can't watch it because I've got work. And yeah, that's going to suck. But PSG Real Madrid, I'm a Messi fan, so I'll be rooting for PSG. But I think I'm going to predict Real Madrid to go through on this one. Sorry for Messi, Mbappe, Neymar. It just won't be your year. And I think if PSG do lose this, then this will solidify Mbappe's decision to move to Real Madrid in the summer, even though I think that's already done and dusted. Last matchup, I saved this for last because I'm still kind of back and forth on this. Atletico Madrid versus Manchester United. Both teams have not been great this season. Atletico Madrid currently 5th, I think, in La Liga. Meanwhile, Manchester United, I think they're 4th right now in the Premier League, but it has not been as great as it all seems. It's been terrible for them. They fired Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They brought in Ralph Ragnick as an interim manager, but it hasn't been that great. They just got knocked out of the FA Cup by Middlesbrough last weekend. Yeah, Ronaldo, he scored important goals. He's pretty much dragged them through the round of 16. Without Ronaldo at Man United, I think they would have finished last in the group stage. So yeah, but as of right now, he hasn't delivered in the last few games. Maybe he's slowing down to focus on the Champions League, because that's what Ronaldo always does. He delivers in the big stages, in the big moments, especially against Atletico Madrid. If you all recall, Juventus versus Atletico Madrid, Ronaldo popped off in that second leg. Atleti, they just lost to Barcelona 4-2. They're not as solid defensively as they once were. Their attack is still not as cohesive as they wished it would have been. They have Suarez, Griezmann, João Felix, but I don't like saying this because I generally don't like Man United as a club, but I think that they will somehow find a way past Atletico Madrid. So those are going to be my final predictions. Bayern Munich beating Salzburg, Man City beating Sporting, Ajax beating Benfica, Chelsea beating Lille, United beating Atletico Madrid, Juventus beating Villarreal, Liverpool beating Inter Milan, and Real Madrid beating PSG. We'll see how many of those I get right. And then if you want, I can make quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals predictions for this tournament. But without further ado, those are my predictions. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.